Last week on the Tastemaster SA, the bottom six faced a tough task with the pâté en croûte elimination challenge. Renuka impressed the judges, but for Natasha and Lariri, the pressure proved too much. Tonight, the top six face a new challenge.
Walking into the kitchen, knowing that I'm top six is such an amazing feeling.
Dis lekker om nie top 6 te wees, regtig. Ek is opgewonde, maar dit was nie maklik nie. Dit was hardepad, was teerpad, dit was grondpad, vol klippe.
Hello, our official top six!
Yes.
One of you will be crowned the Tastemaster SA Season 5. Amazing.
Well, obviously, along with the title, the winner will also earn themselves 150,000 Rand in cash courtesy of Capitec Business to further your career, because better never rests. Muli, what is the impact of that 150 grand on your life?
That 150,000 Rand from Capitec would mean so much. It would really help me transition my online patisserie to a flagship store. And what I'd really like to do is to create a program where I can go to different children's homes and have like activities like baking and like decorating cookies and things like that. So I think it would mean so much.
Yeah, that would, and have impact on so many others, so well done.
Yeah.
And I'm sure each of you have that specific idea and that purpose for that cash. But along with the money, of course, you get 100,000 Rand to spend with Samsung, 100,000 Rands worth of KitchenAid equipment, and a blast chiller from Electrical Industries online worth 65,000 Rand.
Here at the Tastemaster SA, we take being in the top six very seriously, because from here on out, every single challenge is an elimination challenge.
It's terrifying knowing that every challenge from here on out is an elimination challenge. No room for error.
The good news is you are over the halfway hump. So instead of sending you to a masterclass, we've decided to take you on a little celebration instead. Aren't we kind?
Very nice.
Now, you guys have been working so hard in the kitchen. We just thought it's fair that you get to enjoy some bakes without the stress of having to prepare them. So be on your way.
Enjoy!
Just being here in the top six and having this treat is really such a privilege.
Yo, I am so excited. 12 Apostles is cream of the crop.
Ek het altyd gehoor van die 12 apostels en ek ken dit as 'n kerk. Toe ek hoor ons gaan 12 apostels, so dink ek, oh my word, kerktyd. Maar ja, die plek is mooi. Dit is regtig stunning.
I'm Gina Mazziani and I'm the head pastry chef at 12 Apostles Hotel and Spa. I oversee all the pastries for all our outlets, including in our rooms. Most importantly, I oversee the pastries for our high tea. I say my philosophy is I bake with love, and that's literally what it's about. You bake with love, you cook with love, and your guests can taste that. I think what makes a perfect high tea is that combination between the savory and the sweet. So normally you would start off with your savories, lovely sandwiches, finger sandwiches, and then normally go to freshly buttered scones. Everybody loves a warm scone. I think it really is fantastic. And then you finish with something sweet, which just kind of rounds the meal off perfectly. And that's, for me, a perfect high tea.
The layout of the table is so meticulous and stunning, really.
My eyes catch the macarons, the choux pastry with craqueline, and I'm just looking at all the colors and how just elegant the setup is.
Very warm welcome to 12 Apostles Hotel and Spa. So I'm going to start at the top of the stand. We have a beautiful berry macaroon, and then next to it we have a lemon tart, which has got a coconut crumble base, a white chocolate and vanilla mousse. Middle tier, we have a beautiful choux puff that's got a streusel topping and it's filled with a milk chocolate mousse. Then we have a decadent chocolate brownie with a dark chocolate mousse on top of that. The bottom tier, we have a lovely toasted almond frangipane. And next to it, we have our famous signature baked cheesecake, and that's paired with chantilly cream and a little bit of freeze-dried raspberry and fresh raspberry. Please enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ek smaal oor die cheesecake want dit is bietjie anders, dit is nie te soet nie, dit is net perfek. Ja, ek sal heeldag van dit eet.
The choux puff is amazing. It's fluffy on the outside with a little bit of texture, and then the milk chocolate is really rich and decadent.
The lemon is off the charts.
Good, eh?
I'm tasting this tea and it's so great. It's so aromatic and it has such a citrus taste and I love it.
Being away from the Tastemaster kitchen, just having a time to relax, have good conversations and just eat together is just amazing.
Well, guys, I think this entire competition has been very stressful for me because I've obviously been in like every elimination. If I go home, at least like I'm proud of what I actually put out.
I love each and every one of the other contestants sitting at this table. They bring a bit of uniqueness, but also really such a fun bunch of people.
True.
It's amazing how you can function under pressure, and the only challenge for us really is the time frame. Everybody has skills and experience, but it's the time frame.
And we're learning how to actually function under the pressure.
Are you enjoying it, Rochelle? Like
I love it. I normally function well under pressure, but when I have a lot of time, I'm not a good planner. So I think when you give me like 2 days before, I was like, nah, it's fine.
I'll do it.
But like that clock, it's like get things done.
I feel like there's so much harmony amongst us in a weird way. We are very different, but there's...
You think so? There's harmony? Ek hou van al die contestants, maar ek hou net nie daarvan iemand met my wonder, met my kop mors nie. Except some people lying about their backgrounds, like I'm just a cashier, in the meantime they are chefs. Hey, people have been putting us through trauma here. Like you, Rio. What? Lying about your chefing background. In the meantime, she know how to bake, hey?
Ja.
Net van Joachim uitgebak in die kompetisie uit. Ek het 'n klein probleempie met Rio wat sê sy is 'n mechanic of sy is 'n computer assistant or administrator by die skool. In die meantime is sy 'n chef.
Philip's throwing shade at the table. What's his problem?
You are so spicy, Philip.
That's why I challenge him to think before he speaks today.
That was your challenge.
That was the challenge. You would have gotten a whiskey.
You lost you owe her whiskey.
So I just had to tell Rio the truth.
I'm so flattered.
We all thought we were going to high tea and Philip said, I'm going low.
But are you a chef?
It's giving shades.
Yes or no?
Rio, you're a
I'm a
chef.
chef. I'm a half chef. I'm a chef without a
You
background.
see, you have been lying to us. Lying. We thought you were a mechanic as you told us, now all of a sudden you're a chef.
I'm not a chef.
You're a chefy.
I'm a chameleon. I just happened to have a job that I had to adapt to very quickly, which was to be a chef.
I think he's threatened by me.
Guys, whilst this was very beautiful and delicious and tasty, unfortunately, at the end of the day, we still have to return to the Tastemaster kitchen for our next baking challenge. Let's go.
Yo, the excitement.
You're excited?
Rochelle's like ready. She's ready.
Well, you can't go there with a hanging face.
But she know how to handle the heat in the kitchen, right?
Rochelle has the royal baking powder pin, guys.
Up next, after being pampered, the top 6 discover their high tea experience comes with T's and C's. Clover Long Life Milk. Full cream, low fat or lactose free, there's something for everyone. Made with love by Clover.
I trust you enjoyed your high tea experience, yes? We'll have our doggy bags. Thank you for thinking of us. No?
Sorry.
Well, I'm sure you're all wondering what the challenge is for this week. Let's take a moment to welcome a familiar face and your guest judge for today, Gina Matziani.
How deceiving it is of them to send us to lovely high tea without letting us know that this whole scheme is going to be part of the next challenge.
So on the table, you would have noticed 6 items that you enjoyed during your high tea experience. Your challenge for today is to make big things happen, literally.
Each one of you will randomly be assigned one of the high tea bakes. Using it as inspiration, we want you to create an exquisite grand version using royal baking powder, something that'll be worthy of the Tastemaster Hall of Fame. We're looking for extravagance.
Rochelle, As the holder of a royal baking powder pin, of course, that gives you an advantage. And your advantage for this challenge is that you will be the only baker who gets to choose your bake not blind.
I knew this thing would pull me through today. I just knew it.
Which bake would you like to be inspired by?
I think I will go with the frangipane. I'm choosing the frangipane tart today because I have this brilliant flavors in my head that I just want to get out of my system.
Right, we're going to cover and reshuffle the rest of the bakes before the pick.
We can actually start to feel the panic in the room.
Who'll be choosing first? Muli.
The third one. Fritz pulls off the cloche and what? It's a lemon tart. I got exactly what I wanted.
Rio?
I'll go with number 4.
Chocolate torts.
I got the chocolate brownie. It's like the easiest thing ever, I think.
Number 2.
Cheesecake.
You happy, Mel?
That's okay, I'll go with it.
Give me number 1.
Shoe puff.
Shoe.
Who's left? Renuka.
There's only one cloche left on the table, and I already know with a sunken heart that it's a macaron.
Right, now that everyone's made their choices, you all look very happy with the choices that you've made. I'm glad to see. You will have 2 hours for this bake. A reminder that this is an elimination challenge.
Yeah, but there will be a winner, and the winner of today's challenge will receive the Royal Baking Powder Pin, which of course will give you an advantage in the next challenge. The winner will also be receiving a brand new Samsung Galaxy Watch 6.
Sure. That's amazing.
Guys, are you ready? I want to wish you good luck. Have fun. Time starts in 3, 2, 1. Get baking. Good luck.
Good luck, everyone.
What I'm making today is somewhat of a deconstructed lemon tart. I have a sablé with a shell that has a vanilla mousse inside and a citrus shell with poached grapefruit. I feel really good about this lemon tart. It was one that I was secretly hoping for when I saw it, so I feel good. I'm trying to mix it up by using some grapefruit as well.
Today I'll be making a fig and pistachio frangipane tart with a whipped honey sour cream. So the Royal Baking Powder Pin couldn't come on a better time. I think I'm very happy with my choice and I feel comfortable doing this. So yeah, I'm excited.
Cool, you want to run us through what you're going to make for us today?
So I'm going to do a baked cheesecake and just hope it bakes in time. I'm going to play around. I really like that idea of the red velvet sandwich because of the fact that you had like a raspberry, on top of the actual cheesecake. I want to play on that. I'm going to sandwich the actual cheesecake with a layer of red velvet cake.
Do you foresee any challenges there or anything that could potentially go wrong?
I think the only obstacle is time, but it sounds like it's going to be beautiful. She pulls it off.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm actually speechless. Macarons are known to be very troublesome in the kitchen. I've never made it before, so yeah, I'm just gonna try my best and see where it takes me. Maybe the judges will love it. For today's bake, I am deciding to do a macaron tower and then fill it with a cream cheese filling that has the flavor of coffee as well as chocolate.
This weekend I went to Elgin and I was very inspired by the scenery and I wanted to make some sort of chocolate forest scenery.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what are the basics that you want to get settled before you start creating this scene?
I want to cook my chocolate bake first and then some sort of like crunchy nutty element. I do want to do like a mousse made out of halva. I'm going to try add as many elements as I go along, but I'm not too sure like what they are right now.
So a lot of Rio's life happens in her mind and in her head. She is exceptionally creative.
I can hear that.
But it's hard to follow. So it's hard to get that picture beforehand.
For my sablé, I've put together some butter and icing sugar and caster sugar in my KitchenAid. Mix that up. My butter is still a little bit hard, so Gina gives me a great tip to soften it by using a blowtorch around the bowl. I'm using the Royal Baking Powder to stabilize my sablé so that it doesn't run.
So obviously getting the first choice today is an advantage. I'm assuming frangipane is something that you're comfortable with. All right. Then it's an interesting choice.
No, I haven't made this one before, but when I had a look at everything, that one just drew me near, I don't know. And I think the simpleness also behind it, I want to bring that out, but also elevate it at the same time.
I'm not comfortable in doing choux puff pastry because I never did it before. Not that I didn't want to, but based on my kind of clientele that I bake for, my wish was to get the cheesecake.
So now I'm going to make a halva mass. I start by making a simple syrup with sugar and water, some orange zest and some orange juice. Once that has gotten to a rapid boil, I add some tahini and I just work that until it starts seizing. I set that aside with some green food coloring and let it do its thing.
First time doing macarons. Glad it's not me, but what else can she do and focus on and not forget? And
It's just literally bake from the heart. I know you're stressed, but if you just breathe for a second, trust your gut instinct, it's going to help you a lot.
Yeah, I'll give it my all, Fritz.
I know you always do. I know you always do, Renuka.
An hour left and I haven't even put my tart into the oven. I still have to bake my tart, and then after that I have to bake my tart with my filling, and then I have to make my whipping honey creme fraiche.
It's very important that choux pastry must be light and fluffy, and it should also be like in dat met 'n leë dop wees aan die binnekant to fill it with cream. Dis hoekom jy royal baking powder nodig het, want veral as jy wil hê iets 'n bietjie rys, maar jy moet nog steeds daai holte in die middel hê om jou room in te sit. Maar ek vertrou royal baking powder. My hele mengsel lyk baie mooi met 'n lekker glossy effek, so ek haal dit nou uit. Ek gaan nou besig raak om dit te pipe, maar ek wil graag 'n heart shape hê.
So currently I am mixing my cheesecake mixture and I'm about to pour it into my base and get it into the oven. Time's of the essence, so I want to start baking. I don't have much room for error here.
Make big things happen by participating in this week's viewer competition.
We want to see your interpretation of today's challenge. Bake a grand and extravagant version of any of the 6 high tea bakes featured on today's challenge, and remember to use royal baking powder. Upload it onto socials by replying to the competition post and using the hashtag #TheTasteMasterSA and hashtag #BakeMoreMemories. And you could win a KitchenAid stand mixer of your very own.
Happy baking!
Congratulations to our episode 7 viewer winner, Monique Fernandez, who took on the cookbook cover challenge with a lemon and olive oil bundt cake with a sprinkle of lemon zest. Who will influence the nation with their creative bakes? Bake more memories with tried and trusted royal baking powder.
The next thing on my list is making sure that I make the red velvet cake.
Today I'm using clover amasi in the place of my buttermilk because I think it will give a really nice rich tang to the cake.
Paint that picture for us so that we know what your objective is.
I want to make like little domes that have mousse and lemon and poached grapefruit.
Okay, so this sounds like you're going for a very fine dining, unique experience, am I right?
Don't say fine dining, because then you guys have an idea in your mind and then it comes out looking like fruit, and I don't I don't know. I need to get my mousse into some molds, so I take out some silicone molds that have a dome shape and scoop that into the molds.
Right, you guys have walked around, you know what they've got planned. Fill me in. What stood out to you?
I think definitely what stood out to me was Mal's idea of the cheesecake with the red velvet. Interesting, and I love the flavor profile of that. Okay. So I'm looking forward to the outcome.
What Muli is doing, she's definitely going very, I wouldn't say fine dining, but very intricate, avant-garde. And I think that's a different variation, maybe a play on what extravagance looks like.
It doesn't have to be big to be grandiose, right?
True.
Yeah, let's see.
There is no backup plan today. It is what it is, but I am going to do my best and try and make it as pretty as possible, and I'm hoping that the flavors sing together. I'm deciding to do towers of macaron, hopefully 3 macaron. So I take a baking paper, draw out a circle, turn it upside down, and start piping the macarons according to the size of the circle.
Open the oven and I see the start is jiggling. It's not cooked. So I just hope that it cooks a little bit more.
Hi, Rochelle.
Hello.
Frangipan still in the oven?
Yes, I'm a bit worried about the base. It's not cooking as I wanted it to, so I hope it's cooked.
But the pastry's fine?
That's what I'm unsure about.
Oh, it's the pastry,
Yeah,
not
the
okay.
pastry.
But you blind baked it, no?
Yes, I did,
Okay.
but I didn't have enough time to properly blind bake it.
Okay, so you shortchanged the time a little
Yeah.
bit, added the
I had
filling
to
and
make
put
a
it in
plan.
again.
Yeah.
Samsung microwaves has so many functions, just love it. And you can actually set it to, lower temperatures, wattage, so perfect for melting chocolate.
As 'n ekstra versiering besluit ek om sugar span te maak. So ek vat letterlik maar net 'n bietjie suiker, gooi dit in die pot, klein bietjie water, laat dit caramelize. En ek laat dit so 'n bietjie lank draad trek en ek spin dit net so bo oor 'n roller en oor bakpapier. Ek gaan die hele tyd maar net so aangaan om my laaste paar sekondes te trek.
Contestants, you only have 30 minutes left to complete this challenge. Let's go, let's finish strong.
Let's go, last 30 minutes, everyone.
I take a batch of my brownies out of the oven and I put it on the stove, which I didn't realize is on. This happens a lot. And I start working on something else. This is a problem when you have too many elements. Now, I don't realize it, but my brownie's just getting like gebranded on the stove there. If anything, it's just gonna add a smoky flavor, which was my intention from the start.
Mel, you happy with your bake? Looks moist, looks good.
It looks good so far. This is not the concern.
Okay.
The cheesecake, making sure that it is set. It's chilled, it's chilling in the blast chiller, so to get a nice cut from it, it's a bit risky.
Okay, so what still needs to happen for you to complete this bake?
So what needs to happen is the actual item needs to be done, as in like assembled. So I have my mousse, but the blast chiller is quite full. So I'm just waiting for my mousse to set.
Okay, so you still got quite a bit to do. You got just under 20 minutes. Feeling confident you're gonna finish? The answer is yes.
Yes.
Good. Okay, good luck.
So I just checked on my tart. There's not a lot of time left, so yeah, fingers crossed it cooks in time. I'm looking into the oven and I cannot tell if this tart is actually baked or not. So I'm just like, last it, take it out of the oven, quickly into the blast chiller to chill, and then I have to get plating.
Okay, so you've got a couple of different torts going.
Yeah.
What else needs to happen for you to kind of step into what is now the final stages?
I'm just waiting for something else in the oven, and then.
Oh, there's more in the oven?
Yes.
What's in the oven? You've forgotten what's in the oven. Good.
I'm hoping it's a trio of sorts.
Oh, okay.
And then I want to make a chocolatey something, and then I want to start doing the things.
Stuff needs to bake and things need to
It's
be
been
put
done,
together.
and there's something in the oven. Yeah.
Oh, good luck with it.
Thank you.
Time is almost up. It's really crunch time. I need to remove the cheesecake out of the blast chiller and start to measure and cut according to the strip of red velvet cake that I'd already cut. I cut the cheesecake and it is cutting really well, and it starts to make me think I can do this.
I'm very happy with the way my macarons have come out. I'm hoping that it is cooked inside, but time is not on my side. I actually wanted to do a 4-stack macaron. We have a few minutes left. I might only be able to plate up 2, but I'm very happy. This is my first time. Apparently you're supposed to get feet, which I've got around the edges. So let's see how it goes. I wait for the macaron shells to cool down, and then I start piping the two-tone, which is the coffee and the chocolate cream, into the macaron shell. The next macaron shell goes on top, and then I pipe a little more of that filling.
What's the next step? What's going to happen now?
So now I'm just gonna assemble all these things. So this one I'm gonna cut. My mascarpone cream I'm gonna put in between, and then also the chocolate sauce, because that is with the brandy.
I grab the tin in the blast chiller and I just run to my bench and I just put the tin on the plate. I cannot remove my tart from the tin because it's not set at all.
There's 5 minutes left and I literally need to dip this mousse into the chocolate dip. So I scoop it out with a spatula and I take it into my hand and I just dip my whole hand into the chocolate dip. And I'm like, this is gonna work. I'm gonna make it work. So I kind of mold it with my hand. This is not common practice, but we gotta do what we gotta do.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Stop baking. Well done, everybody.
Well done, guys.
Looks great.
I'm proud of myself for making this, especially my first attempt. It was really an awesome experience.
This did not turn out the way that I envisioned at all, but we'll roll with it.
With that kind of time, to be able to do this today, I'm super stoked. Yeah, I can't tell you how happy I am with this.
I'm glad I got this out on the plate, these cute little citrus adjacent looking mousses. Yeah, I feel so relieved that I'm done.
I went into this challenge not knowing exactly how to do any of this, but I decided I'm going to put my best foot forward, and whatever happens today in the kitchen, I'm super proud, and I'm sure that my family is going to be very proud of me.
I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. I didn't do my best. Yeah, this is not my best.
An emotional end to the challenge for Rochelle. Will her efforts be enough to pull her through to the next round? Stay tuned to find out.
Bespoke.
Walking up to the judges, I'm feeling a little bit nervous because someone is going home today.
So visually, I don't think it quite came out the way that you'd intended. Did you have to pivot quite a lot, or is this kind of close? It's just that your mousse wasn't set enough for you to enrobe it the way that you'd envisioned.
This is honestly close, but then again, the spherical sort of shape is not what I got, but yeah, it's very close to what I wanted, yeah.
Good. Now to taste.
Yes.
Yeah. Watching the judges taste my food, I'm so nervous, but I really feel like the flavors are there.
That mousse is super delicate. Smooth, citrus, bomb, very strong flavor. I love the addition of grapefruit. It's very tart, delicious, and yeah, I'm enjoying it.
The texture and the flavor of your gel was really, really, really nice. Like the sour note that I love from my lemon tart, your gel had that. And then basically your mousse just gave a beautiful velvet finish, made it nice and creamy.
I think that this is a very sophisticated dish. And if I think about elevating a lemon tart, I think that you did that. Thank you, Muli.
Good job. Thank you, Muli.
Walking away from the judges, I am so happy that my flavors came through. I'm glad that the flavors sold it.
As ek instap, ja, alhoewel ek positief is, hy klein bietjie doubt.
Big sigh, hey Philip?
Yes, always when we get here.
So tell us what flavors you went with.
So I just went with mascarpone cream and a blueberry compote and then a chocolate sauce.
Earlier you said there was a brandy component going to feature.
Yeah, I did put in the chocolate sauce.
In the chocolate sauce. Why?
Dit kom bietjie lekker sterker. Dit maak ook die chocolate, gee dit 'n sterker geur of smaak, ja.
Ja, en 'n bietjie punch.
Yes, that punch.
Looking forward to trying it. Ready?
Yes, definitely.
Ek voel ek het gedoen wat ek moes gedoen het. Ek is tevrede met my baksel, met die choupeister wat die eerste keer is. Ek is tevrede, so positief.
Philip, I think that you can officially say that you definitely can make and bake choux pastry because the texture and the bake in that is really, really great. Lovely, crunchy on the outside, enough hollowness created to fill it really full and lovely. I'm disappointed by the blueberry mascarpone one, just because there's not enough blueberry for me. And there's not actually much flavor in your mascarpone cream. Had you maybe blended it a little bit and been able to distribute it a little more evenly, it would have added much more flavor.
Bang. Maar ek kan met dit werk. Maar dit wat Zola gesê het.
I totally agree with her. Only bit of advice I would give you for next time, because your brandy sauce is really nice with the chocolate. When you fill it, I put the chocolate underneath and your cream on top. And then definitely some more blueberries, but the chocolate sauce, it's a winner. Really good job. Beautiful pastry.
What a great compliment from Chef Gina. Yo, I love her.
That chocolate sauce and brandy was fantastic. And the little heart stole the show. I mean, it really was. But your mascarpone filling, as she said, just lacking a lot of flavor and anything remarkable, but a great bake. Really great choux bake. Well done, Philip.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good job.
Walking up to the judges is terrifying. It's literally the worst thing. Dit is erg, julle. Dit is erg.
Rochelle, so the look on your face is not exactly the confidence that you showed after your previous bake.
I must say that I did not manage my time as well in the kitchen today, but I hope the flavor pulls me through.
You left it in the tin.
Yeah.
When we think of an elevated high tea bake, of course it's not baked in the tin, but I can also understand why you did that. You were sort of, ensuring that it didn't fall apart completely because you literally plated it straight out the oven.
Yes.
So I guess those are decisions that you have to make. And like you said, hopefully the flavor makes us forget about all of that.
Yeah. I feel like I let Zola down and I'm really disappointed in presenting the bake in its tin. And I cannot even make eye contact with her. I'm just super disappointed.
Rochelle, I think you were onto something great here. And I know you know that. But beautiful presentation, and I think you've really got a lot of potential in the sense that to contemplate this thing and those flavors and the combinations and that beautiful fresh cream, yogurt, honey mixture for me makes this thing so absolutely complete.
I think obviously time was definitely against you. The figs obviously also add another element of moisture into your frangipane. Frangipane already is a very moist cake, so that added an extra moisture element, which I think maybe you didn't pre-think of.
Gina is saying that figs adds more moisture, and it totally makes sense. When I looked at my bake, there was so much moisture and I couldn't understand why.
The flavor components, the combinations, and going that extra mile to roast your figs to give them an even deeper, jammier fig flavor, I think is just inspired, and it shows us that you have an understanding of flavor bases and building flavor. It is a shame that it's underbaked, but you can be proud of yourself.
I feel very disappointed and I can just hope for the best.
Walking up to the judges is an incredibly terrifying experience.
Do you want to talk us through all the different components? Because when we last spoke to you, we weren't quite sure what was happening, where it was happening.
I have a brownie. I've got a Middle Eastern other brownie type thing called a basbousa, I think it is. A halva mas, a hazelnut crumb, a ginger and passion fruit compote, and a raspberry compote. I just chose a forest because forests are big.
That they are, Leo. That they are.
What I've presented today isn't what I've envisaged, and I am disappointed in myself.
There's certainly a lot going on here. And if the challenge was to elevate a brownie, I totally get it. But the challenge was actually to be inspired by a torte, which is a lot more refined of a bake than a brownie is.
I am worried that I've misbriefed. In fact, there are so many components about this bake today that are just very off.
Definitely lots of different textures happening. I normally love lots of different textures, so I did like that element of crunch smooth. The moss was quite interesting. something different that I haven't had before. Thank you so much. I think it was a good job of something, you being creative, and I think it's an abstract version of what you wanted. And in that regard, I say a job well done.
The last thing one wants to do from this side of the table is ever to stint like creative, free thinking flow. At the end of the day, we got to judge it from a baking perspective, and we always use the brief as the, so even if you felt like you could get away with the brownie and could suffice, it's like we're just going to look at it from the perspectives like, is this taught, elevated into a way that makes us, you know, it's even better.
I feel like I'm mourning my time being here.
I am crossing my fingers that they like the flavors and that, you know, they recognize all the hard work that I put into this bake.
I must say, firstly, I'm very impressed. I know you were very nervous when I started, so well done on that. The presentation is beautiful. I'm proud of you. So you did it.
Thank you so much.
For somebody who did this for the first time, for the nerves that you felt, you did an amazing job. So
Thank you.
whatever happens, you should be really proud of yourself.
I'm proud. Thank you, judges. I hope that when the judges taste my bake today, they recognize the effort that was put in, and I hope that they love the flavor combination of chocolate and coffee.
Renuka, you've got a very deep understanding of flavor and texture. Very deep. It's very elegant. There's so much balance. The texture of that macaron is just world class. It's really, it's so good to think that you made it today for the first time. If you've made it 100 times before, today would have been a good bake for you.
You executed it perfectly. The texture, exactly what you're looking for. Really good job once again. Very proud of you.
Thank
so well
you.
done.
Bravo, Renuka. I mean, that's literally all I can say. It's absolute perfection, really, for somebody who baked a macaron for the first time and not only did just a macaron, a giant macaron, and that mocha flavor or filling. As soon as I took the first bite, I said, yes, girl, yes. And then to also make chocolate curls. Just bravo. Well done. I mean, if there's a moment for you to be proud of yourself, this is the moment.
I am so proud of myself, and Zola confirms that today.
I was the one that had to execute restraint.
This time around.
It's pretty good.
It's
Wow.
very good.
Today is the least nervous I've felt in the competition thus far.
So you had a very concise vision from the beginning. I didn't quite understand your vision, but I completely get it now. So did everything go according to plan for today's bake for you?
I remember being frozen for a few minutes when we started, but other than that, the bakes went fairly okay. It was just the process of putting it together that was going to be very risky for me.
Let's dig in.
I think I've put out a good bake, and I just hope that they think so too.
Mel, I have to really applaud you for getting two bakes that bake at very different temperatures, perfectly baked. The texture of the cheesecake is velvety, smooth, delicious. That slight sourness from the amasi possibly is just classic cheesecake, but then it also does feel elevated because the combination with the red velvet sort of makes it a bit more modern. I wish there was more of that gel, because I think the little pop of gel in the sponge was a beautiful flavor explosion, but I think that this is some beautiful baking.
Really, really well done. You executed it better than anyone could have expected. So very proud of you. And the flavor profile, it's like a marriage.
So many components that, you know, is well executed here today.
Thank you
really.
so much. Sure, thank you
Yeah.
so much.
No, good job.
Well done,
Thank
Mel.
you.
Thank you. I'm glad the judges thought it worked out well. The textures were good, and it was well worth this risk.
Sure, some really good bakes.
High level of baking today. Also, a few failures.
Yeah.
So we definitely have a tough decision to make, but I think at this stage, it should be tough. Are you ready to make a decision?
I think so.
You're sending someone home, you know that, right?
It's a very it's a very big decision. But there are definitely a few that stand out that have just really, they took the brief and showcased us who they are.
Absolutely. Decision time.
Yeah.
After the judges' mixed reactions, who will come out on top and who will be going home?
Contestants, congratulations for making it through another tough challenge. I'm just so happy to see how you guys are maturing to this competitive environment and really just taking it in your stride. So well done. Give yourselves a hand.
And on that positive note, let's continue with the good news. If I call your name, please step forward. Mel? Renuka? Both of your bakes hit the brief with a nail on the head. They were both an absolute pleasure to eat. Technically, you guys nailed it. We had a really tough time deliberating and deciding which one of you gets the bake of the day. But this is a competition. There can only be one winner. So the top bake of the day goes to Renuka. Yay!
With all the stress that I had in the kitchen today and not thinking that I will be able to present a macaron, I get best dish of the day.
Renuka, please come and get your brand new blue apron, which signifies your win, along with your Royal Baking Powder pin, as well as a brand new Samsung Galaxy Watch 6. Well done.
I win a Royal Baking Powder pin, I win a Samsung watch, and I am ecstatic.
Now, if I call your name, please take a step forward. Rio.
I knew that I was going to be in the bottom two.
And Rochelle. Rio, you made many different components today. We celebrate that. There wasn't necessarily synergy between all those components. To use your words, it looked through together, and as I said, the lack of synergy worked against you today.
I feel like this is the last time I might be standing in front of the judges, and this is a real heart sore.
Rochelle, beautiful flavors, such good ideas, but presented unfinished in the tin, underbaked. So the next person to leave the Tastemaster kitchen is Rochelle.
This is shocking. I am disappointed going home because I didn't leave on a good note. I left with an unbaked bake, which is actually very embarrassing.
Rochelle, it's early for you to go home.
Yes.
But as judges, we need to remain consistent that an incomplete bake is unacceptable, and you know
fair.
that.
Thank you so much.
But on the flip side, you've shown your potential, and we are completely convinced of your bright future.
I'm really devastated because she's such an amazing baker.
I think this was just standing here is already just such a wonderful experience, and I learned so much from you guys, so thank you so much. Yeah.
It's been a pleasure, Rochelle. Thank you so much. You're an amazing baker.
This journey was absolutely amazing. I met the most amazing people that I've been following for a long while in the food industry, and it was such a good experience.
It's definitely not easy saying goodbye, but it only gets tougher from here. But having said that, congratulations, you're in the top 5 of Tastemaster Season 5.
My name is Mully. I'm here to stay. I'm not going home. I'm gonna slay.
Ek is super excited. Ek weet ek is die next Tastemaster van 14 kandidaten af tot 5. Die ander 4.
Join us again next week as our top 5 bakers take on a new challenge. Learning things are not always as they appear. Be careful what you order, because you might be in for a surprise. From our family to yours, the Tastemaster SA, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.